Our outreach offering for this month is for UUSJ, which represents Unitarian Universalist values on Capitol Hill and with the federal government. Pablo DeJesús, the executive director of UUSJ, is with us this morning. He graduated from Oberlin College and has a master's degree in social policy from the University of Maryland. He's led UUSJ through a big transition from a DC area partnership of churches to a nationwide movement. Please welcome Pablo.
Good morning. First, I'm going to ask for your grace. I recently was in an accident and I lost my front tooth, so it's changed the way that I'm speaking a little bit. I sound funny to myself, at least. You may not hear. So just bear with me, folks. Second, I really do want to underscore something that John mentioned. Accotink is one of the founding congregations of UUSJ, and you guys are visionary. At every step of the evolution of UUSJ, you guys, your representatives within UUSJ, have led visionary thinking and discernment about how we should move forward and what the obstacles and stumbling blocks would be and how to overcome them. So I really want to celebrate who you are as a community, because I know that that bravery that your representatives within UUSJ, your active volunteers show, is part of your community, and it's something that they feel empowered to share with us at UUSJ, precisely because they know they have the support of you guys here in the congregation. And with that in mind, I want to thank John Peterson, and also Dean Wander and Kate Wander and Ed and Mary Kringer. They've all been active participants with UUSJ in various ways, sometimes stepping forward, sometimes stepping back, but nonetheless, they've maintained a very strong relationship with UUSJ. I also want to recognize that I'm appearing before you at a moment that sort of signals some serious stuff for our nation. Candidate Trump yesterday was fired upon. We're beginning to hear the story behind that. I don't know all the details. We're all learning those details in the press. But what we do know is that for the past 3 to 5 years, we've all felt the increasing vitriol in our country and the increasing unease about the way our democracy is functioning. And so as I speak to you today, I really want to remind you of something I said to you last year. Now is a season for Unitarian Universalists to step into our power. It is an opportunity and a moment where we really do need to organize our people and our money and our values and apply them in the public sphere. We need to actively and vigorously advocate for the values that we share as Unitarian Universalists. Because we are all living through a transformation, a season, a generational moment in our nation where we as Unitarian Universalists and those who side in favor of an inclusive, healthy, loving democracy, we really need to demonstrate something that I'm calling civic bravery. Because it's not going to be about just one election. It hasn't been about one. There have been multiple elections that have led us to this circumstance. What we really need to do is re-engage as a society in the basic function of our civil society. And that's going to require us doing multiple things on multiple levels, the federal, the state, and the community. That's going to require us advocating for some policies at one time and fighting against others at another time. And more than anything, it's going to require that we as Unitarian Universalists find the joy in long-term work, not just seasonal work, long-term work. I like to say at UUSJ, we're in it for the long haul and not the loophole. And I sincerely believe that we as a generation of folks participating in this election and the elections that are going to come after and the session of Congress that's going to come after this election, we must be ready to weigh in favor of love in so many different ways. So I invite you to please pay attention to UUSJ. Know that you have a bunch of volunteers at Accotink who do pay attention to UUSJ and are involved in multiple ways, but really get ready to do your part. None of us alone can do it all. But if you find enrichment and invigoration for your spirit when you're doing witness, then please do as much of the witness that you can possibly do in your community and in Washington, D.C. and online. And if you feel invigorated, it speaks to your soul to be in those meetings with members of Congress or your state legislature or your community council, then go do that. We really need you to go do that and advocate for policies and positions and a worldview that reflects our Unitarian Universalist perspective for justice and love. And if you want to focus on educating yourself and then spreading the word among your networks, then please join our UUSJ events. We talk about some interesting and exciting things. We've brought you speakers like David Pepper, who has a wonderful book on saving democracy. We've brought you speakers like Steve Phillips to talk about the root causes of what we're seeing. And we brought you professors like Lawrence Lessig, to talk about the fundamental dynamics in our democracy, the things that are causing all the stuff that we see and we feel. And when you do that work with UUSJ, you have the privilege and the wonderful joy of being in fellowship with other Unitarian Universalists and many others. So with that, I thank you for being a wonderful congregation and for having me down through the years on multiple occasions. And I invite you to check out our website and talk to me or talk to John or others about how you can get involved. We need you. Your country needs you. Your state needs you. Thank you.